What's going on? What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing? This is Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Hope all is well. You guys can follow me on Twitter. I'm not very active there, but you can still follow Sports Judge 85. It's probably best if you follow me on Instagram, Sports Judge 85, because I'm always posting stuff up there. I'm always posting content, from memes to pictures of myself to just about anything on Instagram, right? I post a lot of sports stuff there too. And you guys, of course, can keep up with me on Facebook. I mean, there's many ways to, stay in touch with me. I'm on various platforms, so you can always find me. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I have to talk about it. I'm here in LA. Yes, I'm a Laker fan, but I keep it 100, and I try to stay unbiased when it comes to the Lakers. Now, as you guys all know, LeBron entered the health and safety protocols, which means he is not available to play basketball at the moment. LeBron came out with a interesting tweet that read that he thinks something fishy is going on. But I don't know what to believe at this point because I can't seem to get any confirmation whether or not LeBron is, infected or not infected. Did he really test positive for COVID-19? I mean, we really don't know what to believe anymore. We really don't know what to believe, but it has not, from what I'm hearing, it has not been confirmed that LeBron James tested positive for COVID-19. But he is expected to miss several games. So, what's really going on? Is LeBron healthy or not? Does he have to sit out some games? Because he's already missed a significant amount of games this season. I mean, from the suspension to an abdominal strain to the COVID-19 drama that is swirling around him suddenly. And it's been a trying, challenging year for LeBron. I mean, so I don't know when he'll be available to play again. I don't know if he actually tested positive or not. But it's funny because his teammate Anthony Davis said LeBron did test positive, but he thinks he's asymptomatic. So yeah, maybe he did test positive, but he just doesn't have any symptoms. I mean, this kind of stuff is gonna happen in today's NBA, okay? That's the world we live in now. We live in an era where there is a virus going around, okay? So, if LeBron did catch COVID, it's not that much of a surprise. Again, he may play like a superhuman, but the virus doesn't discriminate. And anyone can contract COVID-19. Even LeBron James, if he did. He's the king of this generation. We all admire him. A lot of people look up to him and everything. But he can still contract the virus as well. Human first. And, this is the stuff that the NBA and all these NBA teams had to prepare themselves for. Potential outbreaks in locker rooms. Players, catching COVID. Getting infected. The risk that comes with it. It could quickly spread throughout a locker room. We haven't seen that yet. But if there is any outbreak in any locker room, I mean, this could be bad for a team. It could be really, really bad for an NBA team if that happens. So we are in the middle of a pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a friendly reminder. And we have to face reality and live with it. And, even though we have, you know, a slight return of normalcy, doesn't mean we're fully back to being normal. Okay? There is some normalization, yes. But we are still in the middle of a pandemic. People forgot that. Now that fans are back in the stands, now that, you have a full 82 game season, people think like this virus all of a sudden just magically disappeared. No, it's still out there. And if you believe in science and what these doctors are telling you, then you know that this is something real and something that has to be taken very, very seriously. Because not only are you putting yourself at risk, but you're putting your teammates at risk. You're putting the referees at risk. You're putting fans at risk. You're putting the media at risk. Other people around you can easily be infected by this killer disease that has once before shut down the entire country, that has put fear in some of us. And you saw the NBA have a stoppage because of it. Rudy Gobert was the first NBA player to contract the virus, and that shut down the entire league. So we're still not out of the woods yet. Yes, the games are back. Yes, we have fans in the stands. We have NBA basketball. But if a player tests positive, they got to enter those protocols. And LeBron James had to enter the protocols. So now LeBron James is out. And it couldn't get any worse for the Lakers. It feels as though it's gotten worse for the Lakers without their king now. Now that puts more on players like Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, to play harder. And maybe they will now. Maybe they will. The Lakers played without him on Tuesday night and rallied to beat the Kings 117-92. So maybe they will be fine without LeBron James. But health is more important. That's bigger than basketball. He has a family. He's a man too. And, for the people that's joking about it, I would never really joke about a health issue because this stuff is serious. I know he could recover from it. He could be asymptomatic, and maybe it doesn't affect his body as much as it might affect an older person or somebody else. But still, we should not laugh about anyone getting sick, even if it's not severe. It's not funny. But currently, 97% of the NBA's players are fully vaccinated, so that's a good thing. I believe LeBron said before the season that he had been vaccinated, but did not publicly advocate for others to get it. And I'm okay with that. You don't have to be an advocate. You don't have to, notify everyone and tell the world to go get vaccinated, because we can't force people to do something they don't want to do. And I know there's going to be people who disagree with what I'm saying, because everyone has a different belief about it, right? But I'm not trying to turn this into a political conversation, or I'm not trying to make this about, the vaccines. But this does change the dynamic for the Lakers. It's either going to make them or it's going to break them. It's going to make them a better team. Maybe they will come together as a team. Maybe they will pull together as a team, and this will make them stronger moving forward. I always believe that great teams play better through adversity. And let's see how they respond without LeBron James. Because it hasn't looked pretty for the Lakers this season. The Lakers, they are 12 and 11, clinging to the 8th seed in the Western Conference, barely holding on for their dear lives. And I know there's still plenty of time, but if you don't turn it around soon, you're going to run out of time and you're going to dig yourself in such a deep hole that you won't be able to climb out of it. So now is the time for the Lakers to get real, realize what's in front of them, and play 500 basketball. This team has to play, a physical brand of basketball. They have to defend well. And they have all the star power in the world, but if chemistry doesn't take shape, that doesn't really matter. So it'll be interesting to see how the Lakers perform without LeBron being on the floor. Let's wait and see how it all goes. But LeBron, has a funny feeling about this, apparently. He it's mysterious to him that he tested positive. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm reading some reports that he's tested positive. I'm reading other reports that he didn't test positive, that it hasn't been confirmed. And I'm reading reports that he's asymptomatic. So I really don't know. It's kind of misleading right now. It's hard to know all the facts when you don't have all the facts to the story. But I think the more important thing is if he has tested positive is to get healthy and hopefully get back on the floor sooner than later. Because at some point, the Lakers are going to need him. And the Lakers are going to need him to be at full strength. They're going to need him to be healthy as they try to make another run for an NBA championship. And the feeling coming into the season was that the Lakers have something too special for it to implode. And all you've seen and heard are stories about a team that has a bunch of superstar players who don't know their role, who all, want to be in the spotlight. You have a Russell Westbrook who doesn't adjust his style of play and think he can do whatever he wants to do when he's on the floor, and sometimes tries to do too much and gets carried away with the ball in his hand. You got a bunch of ball-dominant players on one team. And everyone wants to be the superstar. It's all about playing hero ball, when it should be done collectively as a team. But let's see how this all plays out for LeBron. The Lakers are going to have to most likely do it without his services for the time being. And, only time will tell how it goes from here. I'll see you guys later. I got a show in another hour, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Central time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It is Wednesday night. It is Just Say the Truth tonight. Another episode of Just Say the Truth with my crew. And you guys can tune in at the ASAP Network. We have a lot of fun over there. We make the show exciting for you. And there's going to be a lot of fireworks tonight. I'm pretty sure there will be, because there's plenty to talk about in the sports world. So you guys take care. You guys have a good night. And to all my YouTube viewers, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys. Have a good night. See you guys in a few.